Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Dmitry Mrzhensky. I am the author of this awesome YouTube channel where I try to publish advanced Angular tutorials. So if you have been looking for this kind of videos, please check it out. I'm pretty sure you will find something interesting here. Today I'm going to show you a brand new Angular router feature that allows you to set page title for every particular road. We'll have a look at the very basic implementation, then I will show you a bit more advanced use cases, and then of course I will show you how to deal with named road and this new feature. So stay here and let's get started. So this is the application I used in my previous tutorial about providers in Angular router. And I'm going to reuse it today because this application has everything we need for today's video. It has predefined roads and it is built with Angular 14. And now let me quickly highlight the problem we are going to solve in this video. So when we navigate through different pages on our application, you can see that the title for our application remains the same, and it is quite bad user experience. It is bad for our SEO. So yeah, we have to fix it, and we could fix it even before Angular 14, okay? But with Angular 14, it became even easier, and let me quickly show you how you can do that. In order to set up the title for every particular road, we have to use a brand new property for the road called title. And such a way we can define for the home page the string home. The same we can do for rest of the roads, like for users it's going to be users, and for the admin it is going to be admin, like that. And now you can see that my title has been updated, and for the users page my title is user, and when I go to the home page it is updated with home. So it is cool. However, the hard-coded string not always the solution. For instance, we have also user page, like we have users, the list of the user, and when I click more details, I go to the user page where I can see user details. And here it would be quite, I don't know, strange to put a string, something like user, yeah, because it makes no sense for me. I would like to know which exactly user is currently active. So I would like to put some, maybe the name of the user or ID of the user into the title. So I would like to differentiate which exactly user is currently active. And if we have a look at the title property, namely the type of this property, you can see that the value for this title could be either string, or it can be such an interesting generic, which basically means that it should be a class that implements this interface. And if you are interested in tips like that, some small tips, subscribe to my social media pages on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. There I post every week some small hints like this one, so it could be interesting for you as well. But yeah, let's get back to our source code. And so we know that we can provide some class that implements resolve interface, and it will be working. So we can make our title a little bit more dynamic. So let's create a class for that, and I'm going to create a new service. So I generate a new service user title resolver, like that. And now we have to implement the resolve interface for that. So here I say implements resolve interface, and we remember that this resolve interface is generic, so and there should be string, so something like that. Now TypeScript complains because we have to implement an appropriate method for that, namely resolve method, and Yeah, I will close this part here. And here we have to put some logic that returns the string, which eventually will be the value for our title. So in order to pull data about some particular user, I will be using my user loader service. And this service actually has load user method that knows how to fetch data for some particular user. So I will grab the name of this service and I will inject it in my resolver. So I inject the user loader, and here we have to return, as you can see, either string or observable of the string or the promise of the string. So here I return the result of load user method. It takes as a parameter the ID of the user and it returns the observable of the user object. So first of all, we have to provide the ID of the user as a value for this method. So where I can get this user ID? If you remember, we have appropriate parameter right here, so we can basically read it from the road. So I will use my road here. Then we have param map, and from the param map I can get the ID parameter. Just make sure that this parameter it matches the parameter right here. Okay, so as easy as that. And as I said, this load user method returns the whole user object, but I don't need the user object. I just need some particular string from that, and namely it is the username. So inside the pipe, I will try to fetch the name using plug operator, and then I would like to slightly modify the string. I don't want to render just the name of the user. I want to have something like user dash and then username. So I would use the map operator as well. And here I get my name and I return the string where I have user and then dash, and only then I will provide the name of the user. The only thing TypeScript complains that, all right, our load user method expects as an argument either string or number, but get method from the param map might return also null. So we have to either explicitly check if the parameter is not null and then call the user, or I can do some dirty trick and use exclamation mark in the end. It will tell TypeScript that don't worry about null, we know for sure that there will be some value. You should try to avoid this in production and explicitly check null undefined cases, but yeah, for learning purpose, it's okay. So such a way I created my title resolver, and the only thing we have to do is to apply this resolver for the particular road. So inside the user's router, instead of string user, I will just provide the reference to my user title resolver service, as easy as that. And now I can save it, and if we go to the browser, you can see that my title has been properly updated. So now we have user dash and the name of the user. If I open another user, so you can see that everything was updated accordingly. This is very cool. However, we could have some third scenario. For instance, we would like to add some prefix to every road on our application. Maybe we would like to have something like the name of application and then dash and then the name of the particular page. And currently we could do it just by adding this prefix manually to every road. But in real application you might have hundreds of roads and it is very inconvenient to do it for every single road. So we can create the global strategy that will do it for us. And in order to do that, we can actually remove this prefix for now. We can create another service that will be responsible for the custom title strategy. So I generate a new service called custom title strategy, and it was generated. So let's open it. What we have to do here is that we have to extend the basic title strategy. So I will extend title strategy like that. And this is abstract class that has abstract method update title. This is exactly the method that will update our title tag and where the whole logic will be existing. So let's implement it. And here we are going to implement our custom logic. And first of all, we would like to get the actual title for the road. Yeah, so I will create a constant title, and this class title strategy, so like a parent class, it has a built title method that actually fetches the title for the currently active road. So I will provide just a snapshot to it, and here I will get the title if it provided. Yeah, and then I can do some simple check, like if the title exists, then I will set up the title. And in order to set up the title, I have to inject an appropriate service that can work with that. And this service called actually title. Because we extend title strategy, we have to call super in our constructor like that. Cool. And now I can set up the custom title for my application. So I say that use set title method from the title service and set the following string like app, and then the title which is defined for the road. So like that. Just a small reminder is that inside this title will be the value you provided for some particular road in the title property. All right, so we get the value from the title property and just attach some prefix there. But currently Angular doesn't know about our custom title strategy service, so we have to provide it globally in our application. And the way we can do it, we can go to the app module, and here inside the providers, we can provide title strategy, and then we provide the alternative implementation that is actually the reference to the custom title strategy service. Otherwise, there will be picked some default strategy. And we are ready to go. So we save it, and then if we reload the page, and it is already reloaded, you can see that we got this app prefix right here. And also if we go to the user details, yeah, everything kind of works as expected. But I can already predict your question how it will work with named roads. If you don't know what are named roads, I have a special video for that. And by the way, the use case from that video I will be using right now in order to show you how it works with the named road. So here is the application with named road. You can see it right here. So named road, it's kind of forking the road on the same page. You have kind of two independent roads. So I have the users road that renders the list of the users, and I have some details road where I render details for users or for images. Yeah, and they are kind of independent. But just if you don't know what is that, just have a look at that video and everything will be pretty much clear for you. So let's apply titles for this application as well. So I will go to VS Code, switch to the named router outlet application. I updated it to Angular 14 as well, so everything will work. And here's our routes. So I will add title for users. Then I will say that this is the user details. And remember, it could be dynamic one, but I just leave it as a regular string. And we do pretty much similar for the photos. So here will be photos, and this one is photo details. And let's have a look what we have now. You can see that we get values only from the primary route, and name route are kind of ignored. So the default title strategy doesn't work with named routes, and custom title strategy is exactly the way how you could kind of merge them both together and react on this use case. And I will quickly show you how you can achieve this. So I will go to the source code, and here we have to do quite the same thing. We have to generate a new service. So here I have custom strategy as well. So I can go there. I have to extend title strategy. Then I have to implement the abstract update title method. Then I remove this part, and I have to inject the title as well. So let's inject title service. Here we go. Of course, don't forget to call super. All right, and here let's have a look first of all, what do we have inside the snapshot. And for now, I will just drop the logic from our previous strategy. We will redo it a little bit. And of course, we should not forget to provide this new router strategy. So here is my title custom strategy, and I have to import title strategy as well. So here we go, and let me make it bigger a little bit. And in fact, we have all necessary data in order to, build the custom title for it. Inside the children, we have references to the road that belongs to details road, and we have also reference to the primary road as well. So what we can do actually is we can get the reference to the road that is activated for details outlet, right? So we can create a constant called details outlet, and then inside the snapshot for root we have children, and here I just use the find operator and find the first road snapshot which has outlet equal to details, like that. And then I can do the following thing. First, I will rename const to let, because we will be modify this variable. And I will do this simple check that if the details named road is activated, then we will modify slightly the title variable, and we will modify it to the string like title, right? And then we could have something like that. I don't know, I don't care. So it's up to you, the concrete implementation. And there, after the arrow, we would like to show the title from the named road. So we kind of merge them together. So there would be details outlet, and from the router config, we can get the title actually, right? So I can save it, and I think it should work. So I will pull it down. Let's reload it. Yeah, and you can see that we have photos. This is the title of the primary road, and we have the photo details. That is the title for the named road called details. And if I navigate to the users, you can see it was also properly updated. And if I open the user details, we can see only users. If I just have only primary road activated, we see only value from the primary road, and from the secondary road we have nothing, so we show nothing. Alright guys, that was it. I hope this video was really useful, and if so, please share it with your colleagues and friends, leave your comments, and of course subscribe to my other social media pages, because every week I publish there some small front-end tips that might be also useful and interesting for you. If you would like to support my channel and basically everything what I'm doing, and additionally get some useful knowledge, then check out my video courses. I will drop the links in the video description. There you can also find some coupon codes, so you can get the course with some discount, which is cool. Otherwise, I wish you a productive week ahead, stay safe, and see you in the next video.